Hey everyone, it's April and welcome back to my channel, House to Home. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my third part of my Halloween home tour for 2024, which is my main living room and dining room. If you are new, I would love for you to take a minute and hit that subscribe button and join my YouTube family and follow me over on Instagram at housetohome_XOXO. The boys are here. They're having a little bit of dinner, but they are going to help us with this tour. I know you guys love when they make an appearance in the videos. And if you want to see part 1 and 2 of my Halloween home tour, I will have that down in the description box below. So let's get on into the tour. Starting off on my coffee table, I just stuck these little needle felt ghosts in the inside of my lantern. I wasn't sure what to do with them and I was just playing around and I thought this turned out really cute. And then I just have a piece of jack-o'-lantern fabric underneath everything. And then the candy corn wreath, I got that, I think it was at a local shop a few years ago. And then on my couch, I just have a Rae Dunn blanket. It's really warm and cozy. That's from Home Goods. And then the orange and black are pillow covers. They are from Amazon. And all of the other pillows are either from Burlington or TJ Maxx. This blanket with all the trick-or-treaters on it is from Target last year. And then this blanket I also got last year at Kohl's. It is a Hocus Pocus theme, which is one of my favorite Halloween movies. And then over here on the wall, I just have a handmade primitive item. If you have been with me for many years on my channel, I've had a lot of these pieces for a while. I get them from one woman that makes them. I go to a craft fair every year and usually buy a new piece off of her. So you will see them throughout the video. And then up on this shelf, I just have a whole bunch of different things. I know the Headless Horseman was from Marshall's. And I know the mummy on the top I made. The 3 walking mummies are from TJ Maxx. And the rest I've just had for many years or got thrifting or at a yard sale. This is another one of those handmade pieces. I love this guy. I think the detail and the way she paints and stuff on them is just amazing. But I love how he's on that wooden piece because I can just hang that up easily with the nail. The orange and black buffalo check curtains are from Amazon. And then up here on my ladder, I changed things up this year. I got some spooky cloth and I just draped it all across the ladder. And then I left my fairy lights up, but then added these skeleton lights that I got from Dollar Tree this year for $5. And I love how that turned out. It looks so cool at night. I will show you in a little bit how that looks with all the lights turned down. Over here, again, a little mixture of things. The October 31st sign I made. The 2 primitive items from craft fairs. That little mummy, I know he was from Michael's a few years back. And then this witch is also handmade. It was my mom's, but she gifted it down to me because she's not really decorating for Halloween anymore. And I was very happy to take her. The frog is from TJ Maxx, and this little cat here, it has little hands that it can rest on something. That was from Yankee Candle many years ago. And then moving over to these shelves, probably one of my favorite parts. I love decorating these shelves, and this year I was really happy with how it all turned out. Up on the top, I got this little tree at a local store. And then the other things, I think they were all TJ Maxx. The cat dressed as a pumpkin is Primitives by Kathy. And then the witches were from TJ Maxx. The plate in the back I've had for a long time. And then I shared this over on Instagram a few weeks ago, and a couple of you were asking me how I made it. So I thought I'd do a little, just a little talk through tutorial. This is like a dupe for what they have at Pottery Barn. And what I did was that little styrofoam ball there, I had that set on top of a pill container. And then I got some cheesecloth and dipped it in Elmer's glue and water. And then just kept draping them over to make the form. And I left it dry overnight. And then I removed the pill bottle. I could have removed the little styrofoam ball, but it stayed up in there. So I just left it. And then I just drew the little eyeballs on and then stuck a Luminara tea light. And I love it. I think this looks awesome under that cloche. I think it's even nicer than the Pottery Barn version, which is really expensive. And I got to do that probably for like $5. The Hocus Pocus sign was TJ Maxx. And then these guys, I know the light up pumpkin on the pedestal was Home Goods. Cat made by the local artist. And then this ghost over here, I got that at a yard sale one summer for only $1. The little signs there, they're Primitives by Kathy. And then up here on the awning, this garland I got last year at TJ Maxx. I think the lace on the witches mixed with the brooms, I just fell in love with that when I seen it, and I haven't seen any like that since at Home Goods, TJ Maxx, or Marshalls, so I'm really glad that I picked it up. Down here, this skeleton, giant skeleton I should say, I got this year at TJ Maxx. I love him. He sits up so nicely on the bench. And then all the little pillows there, they're all from TJ Maxx. Another primitive handmade piece. Little rat there on the bottom, just from Walmart. And then this hutch, probably my favorite thing, I will say, because I love everything on here. It's exactly what I feel I love about Halloween. It's like primitive and whimsical mixed together. The sign was from Kirkland's. And then again, this skeleton guy and then the pumpkin guy on this end, they were both handmade by that woman I was telling you about. She does an amazing job. And I can't say enough good things about her designs. So unique. And then this wooden light up haunted house I got from Target last year. They had them again this year. I just think the lights might have been different on the inside. But then I just have a whole bunch of cute little Halloween people, mummies, ghosts, a little graveyard. The witches are definitely my favorite. My mom got them for me. And the little mummies in the back, they were from Michael's this year in the miniature collection. Down here, another handmade piece from that lady. It's a voodoo doll. I have my bear that I keep out all year round, and I just added a jack-o'-lantern to his hand. The witch mouse, that's from a primitive store. I ordered the candy corn guy off of Etsy. And that little witch there, also from my mom. The white ghoul and the witch also were made from that same lady. Moving down to this shelf, I just have a bear I keep out all year. I just added a little candy corn in his arm. The skeleton bear was from At Home. The light up jack-o'-lantern, that was from Kohl's this year. And the Hocus Pocus book I made. And then things on the bottom there, the primitive spider person and the wooden ghost, they are all from craft fairs as well. Moving over here, another handmade primitive Frankenstein. This one was not made by that lady, but from another primitive stand at a craft fair. If you're looking for Halloween primitives, I definitely would advise going to craft fairs or looking online on Etsy, because you can find some really unique pieces. Same with that little witch up there. I just stuck her inside of the wreath. And then these guys weren't handmade. They're definitely factory made. I got them at a local shop a few years ago. And then the ones down here, I think they were all handmade. I actually made the ghost, but the rest of them I got at like local shops. And then finally, we're going to move on over to the fireplace, which is probably the star of the show in the living room. Up here, I just draped some creepy cloth again, just to give it like the Halloween atmosphere vibes. And I just put some little haunted house lights, and I tried to make it like symmetrical. On each side I stuck a bottle brush tree, a light up jack-o'-lantern, and one of the bat candles from Big Lots. And I just put a whole bunch of my needle felts that kind of similar the way I do it for Christmas. I have a little Halloween collection, so I just line them all up going across here. Because I do not have my TV mounted, I'm kind of limited for space. Like I can only put small things. So these little guys just fit perfectly. I'm always looking to add to my collection. Again, like I said, this side is pretty symmetrical to the other side, but I love how that turned out. And then I wanted to change things up this year on the bottom. I picked up these two like skull topiaries that light up. They're really cool. They're like in a witch cauldron with some moss, and there's like spiders, and each skull lights up. And they were from Big Lots. I got them when all of the Halloween was half price. So steal of a deal. I was going to use them outside, but I decided they would fit perfectly there. And then those Sherpa bats, they actually have magnets on the back. I got those at TJ Maxx this year. Then over here in the corner, I decided to put up a Halloween tree. I've had this black tree for probably like 5 or 6 years. It's from Walmart, and I haven't put this up since I lived at my old house before I started a YouTube channel. So this year I thought it would be fun to just bring it up and get some use out of it. So some of the lights were burned out, so I added some purple ones to it. And then I got all of these little like light up lanterns from Big Lots. There's pumpkins and skulls, and then I added the other little pails from Walmart. And then on the top, I just stuck some primitive witch legs just to make it look like she flew into the tree. And there's a little look at how it looks from this angle. A lot of stuff, I will admit, but I love how it all came together. On my chair here, I just have a little mixture of pillows. Most of them are from TJ Maxx. I know the pumpkin one is from Walmart. And then I just have a Halloween blanket drooped on the back. And then up on this peg shelf, I just have a handmade witch. I added that little eek sign to my wreath from Joann's. And then I filled that little metal bucket with a whole bunch of Halloween picks. Now starting in my dining room, this little ghost picture I made. I just had a old picture that I didn't like anymore, so I just painted the little ghost over it. Super simple. And then in these crates, I just added some different things. The ghost was from TJ Maxx, the bigger one, and then the smaller one was from Target Dollar Spot, as well as the black bat. And then just some more small pumpkins, a primitive witch, and a wooden ghost that's on a stake. And then I just added a small skeleton down here in the bottom crate. Over here, I have another handmade primitive witch, just kind of hanging on a hook there, and another one of my Amazon curtains. And then in this shelf, I couldn't tell you where any of these things are from. They were just all picked up at local shops and antique malls over the years. Love the little primitive spider, and the wooden ghost and candy corn. All those things were handmade. So love all of that. It's just a nice little place to display all these little things. And then up on this shelf, I have a skeleton dog that I got from At Home. Other couple things are all from local shops. The ghost I painted and made a few years ago. I made this Hocus Pocus sign, God, probably like 5 years ago. Just made those little brooms and glued them onto a sign and held up really nice over the years. This ghost blanket, I know it was like a viral one by Rachel Zoe. It is from Home Goods. And then I just have another cheaper Halloween blanket on the back. I don't even remember where that's from, probably Ross. And then I got a primitive mummy inside of a coffin. These 3 witches my mom gave to me probably 2 years ago. They were part of her collection. And I just added a little cat, some primitive pumpkins. And then this witch was made from that lady. Kind of reminds me of like a frog witch. Her face just looks like a frog and it's green. And I thought it was really cute and unique. Down in this basket, I just have some primitive pattern Halloween material pumpkins and 2 little coffin signs that were from Walmart. On my stairway, I just have a witch hat garland that was from Michael's, I believe, a few years ago. Up on my wooden sign here, I just have a twig wreath with some bats on it from Dollar Tree, and I just added that trick-or-treat plate into the middle of it. It's made of like a wood, so it's not super heavy. In this shelf, I just have all of my little mini Boyd's Bears that are wearing Halloween costumes. So cute. Probably my favorite Boyd's Bears that I have. And then a couple little signs hanging on the pegs. And then in this shelf, I just have a primitive bat, the Hocus Pocus sign I made using a little house shadow box from Dollar Tree. And on the second shelf, I have 2 bottle brush trees. I think they were from Target. And then the skull candle is a Luminara. It was gold. I got it at Gabe's and I just painted it white. The little sign with the pumpkins I made, and that ghost I believe was from Dollar Tree. Moving over to this side of the room, I just have some more Halloween Boyd's Bears that I've collected over the years. I just have them inside my wooden high chair. And then up on this shelf, I just have pretty much any like item I have that is like made of felt. I have a nice little collection. I got a lot of them from like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or Home Goods. I made a couple of them. The little skeletons that are holding hands were from Target. But yeah, I really love all them. I think it just reminds me of like a little Halloween town village, and they're all little friends. And then up here on my hutch, I have a primitive witch and Frankenstein. And then there's like a cauldron in the middle with some florals. A primitive cat. And then I just, again, draped some more of the creepy cloth across the hutch this year. Never did that before, but I thought it really tied everything together. So I had a little of that like in every room. And then down on the bottom, I just have some ghosts, some pumpkins that were from Target Dollar Spot, and a couple more Boyd's Bears. Over on my primitive door, I pretty much think I had this the same exact way last year, but I loved it so much, so I decided to keep it the same. I just have a primitive spider and 2 primitive bats. the apothecary sign that is from Kirkland's. And then this light up broom I got last year. I get TJ Maxx, I believe. And I don't know, I just love how it looks over here. I love that primitive skeleton. And then I just have a cat down here and a witch's hat, and the whole thing just kind of gives me very witchy vibes. It reminds me of, like, you know, what you would see inside a creepy witch's cottage. And again, I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit when the lights are turned down. It looks really spooky. And then moving over, I always do some kind of like Halloween tiered tray. I have all my Hocus Pocus Funko Pop figures. There's Billy Butcherson, the Sanderson sisters, and Danny. And then I have a lot of like little Hocus Pocus signs. I have the Hocus Pocus spell book. And then, I don't know, I think the little cat looks like Binks. So I just put it all together and I make a little tray with all of it to display. And then Witch's Hand was from Yankee Candle many years ago. The witch hat is a Scentsy wax warmer. And then my bear back there, I just pinned that little witch hat that I made to its head. Up on the windows, I have a felt garland from TJ Maxx, and I just draped that across. Up here is a sign I cut a long time ago. It looks very handmade and vintage. I kept my orange candle in there from the fall. And then down here, some more primitive guys, the witch and a skeleton. And they're both from local shops as well. And then lastly, on my mini hutch over here, I have a Hocus Pocus sign on the wall. I just printed that out and put it in a frame. Very simple. And then on the top, I just have a little mixture of wooden things, primitive things. I love this little trick-or-treater. I got her at a thrift store or a yard sale one time. And then just some more bottle brush trees. That Hocus Pocus sign is Primitives by Kathy. Moving down to the next shelf, I just have all of my Joanna Parker mugs. I would put these in the kitchen, but I really don't have room, and I like to just display them on here because they fit on the shelf so perfectly. I would love to add some more to my collection. And then down here, I just have two ghosts. These both light up. The batteries are just dead in them, so I have to get some new ones. I hate those little cell batteries because they're harder to find. The Black Pumpkins, Martha Stewart from TJ Maxx. And then two more Joanna Parker items that I picked up this year. They're just like little candy jars. And this ghost dog lit up looks very glowing there, so I'll try to focus a bit to show you. There we go. Sorry, it's just going to keep going out of focus like that, but really cute. That is from Michael's this year. And then I just have some more cute little guys. I think the mouse is actually like a Beanie Baby, but I love his little face and the fact that he's holding a candy corn. And then another primitive bat hanging down on the bottom. So that is it for the tour. I'm going to turn all of the lights off and I'm going to go back around and highlight all of the things that have lights on them and how cool they look in the dark. Again, if you were new today and you like this video, consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. And until the next one, I will see you guys then.